Future Frontiers. Eric Vegas is in the house. Thank you so much for showing up, Eric. You'll be using this microphone. I'll leave it down here for you. Same with Stephen Barella. Stephen Barella is in the house. Thank you for coming out. Stephen's running for Clark County Recorder, and he'd like to talk to you a little bit about what that means and what it may mean for the future of Nevada. And so we definitely want to check that out. We'll have Stephen up here in just a little bit. But thank you for joining us tonight. We also have Damien. What do you like to go by?
Damien.
One name.
Damien. Mr. Damien.
Like Madonna, or just one name. Damien's here amongst all the Damiens. Usually there's at least two Damiens in the crowd. So we got two, but Damien Einbinder didn't make it just yet, so he'll be here later, I'm sure. But you're going to be talking about your great AI-generated films and movies, short films that you're doing. Yeah, a lot of good stuff. Last Tech Alley, we had a huge crowd, and we got to play an incredible music video that Damien had just finished up, and the music video was amazing. The music was great, and it wasn't. It was the way he filmed it was really unique. It wasn't just kind of generated with just one prompt. It kind of really takes a lot of time, and there's motion capture, and there's so many other things that go into the AI films. We'll be having more AI-generated, award-winning AI-generated films. So when you come out to see us next month, we're going to have, and these are short films, so maybe 5 minutes or so, but they're all amazing award-winning films. My name's Mike. I'm with the Vegas Crypto Group. We host about 7 meetups a month. In Summerlin, we have our Web3 Wednesdays. We do things here in the Arts District and Henderson and all over town. So we have a great time. You can find us at meetup.com under Vegas Crypto Group. We'd love to have you join us. We're a knowledgeable and friendly group. We typically have a lot of games. We do really fun trivia, and we have Bitcoin bingo. We'll do karaoke from time to time. And when Damien was a DJ, he may have actually been able to play. We also have DJs come play. But I know you're focused on the AI film stuff now, which is exciting. And there's a lot of potential there. But I would like for just a moment to talk a little bit about Stanley Crypto. And Stanley Crypto works with crypto-friendly politicians to push forward crypto-friendly policy. And what we're doing is we're taking the roughly 60 million crypto holders here in America. There's 60 million now that own crypto. And we're converting them to crypto voters. That's right. It's important. So thank you guys for joining us. I really can't wait to tell you a little bit more about Stanley Crypto. In the meantime, does everyone here own crypto? Who here owns crypto? A little bit of crypto? You don't have to admit it if you don't want to. Okay. A little more than half the crowd. That's good. We're here to talk to you about the Clarity Act. And I'll be real brief about it. But at the end of the day, we really need clear rules and rules to the road. And we need consumer protections. And we're not getting that in crypto, and it's been a problem. So for over a year, we've been working on the Clarity Act. We finally got to the point where it's going to be voted on. So September 15th, we're going to vote. The senators are all going to vote. It's bipartisan. It's nonpartisan. It doesn't matter because the technology doesn't care what side of the aisle you're on. At the end of the day, we want to provide opportunities for all Americans. And this is a great way to do it. We're going to give consumer protections. We're going to get stable coins understood. We're going to get all the innovation that's happening outside of the country. And they're all going to come back to America because this is really where people want to be. But right now, the rules of the road aren't clear. And we need that. So we need clarity. And you can help because a lot of you in the crowd maybe don't know. But the senators and governors, they don't know enough about crypto to say, yeah, there's a ton of people that want this. So every single voice matters. Anyone who decides to reach out, just go to stanwithcrypto.org. Makes it real easy for you to reach out to your representative. And they have grades, which is really interesting. So Catherine Cortez Masto and Jackie Rosen have grades. And all the senators and all our representatives have grades according to what they voted on in the past and previous statements and things like that. So we get A's. We get A's. But I went to Washington, D.C. for congressional meetings on Capitol Hill, and I talked to their representatives and their aides, and they're still kind of on the fence about it. And one of the biggest issues was ethics. We've ironed out so much, and now the banks who were previously against it, the banks are pushing for it. They want to see clarity pass as well. So it'd be great if you guys wanted to consider going to stanwithcrypto.org and check out what we have to offer there. A lot of great resources. And if you're not in Nevada, or you're not in Las Vegas, you're watching this from somewhere else, thank you for watching. Go to stanfordcrypto.org, you can click on events, and we have 50 state chapter presidents all kind of hosting different events around the country, and we'd love to have you join us at one of those. And so with that said, we'll go ahead and kick things off. One of the most exciting parts of Tech Alley, besides the community, besides getting to know everyone, besides the great food, besides the great location, besides the fact that Stephen Barella's here, one of the great things about Tech Alley is we're here in a movie theater, and I absolutely love to use it for what it's meant to be used for. All the other presentations are going to give you PowerPoint. I'm going to give you Damien. We're going to give you AI films, and they're real short. I think he said 30 seconds, a couple of these, and a couple of these like 3 minutes. And so I'm excited to have him show you what he's been creating and talk a little bit about that. We'll do that in just a minute. Before I do, I just kind of want to point out we've got the QR code here. So after the meetup, if you come down, talk to me a little bit. If you're interested in signing up to become an advocate for Stand With Crypto, please consider scanning the QR code and joining what we're doing here. Because after the Clarity Act passes, and I think it will, then we move to states. We have a lot of laws to iron out here to make sure that Nevada is at the tip of the spear and Nevadans benefit the most from this new regulation. So thank you again for joining me. We're going to start with Damien. We're going to move into Eric Vegas, and then we're going to have Steve Barella close us out. I'm super excited to hear about what they're working on. For now, big round of applause for Damien. Thank you so much, guys. You got your microphone.
Yeah, let me put my beacon on. Here we go. Hi guys. I'm Damien Bartlett. I'm from filmmaking and photography world. I didn't just jump into generative things. The reason I think I love about AI for creating, and I know it gets a bit of a bad flack, you know, in some places I feel like it's stealing from artists and stuff. I come from photography, went to school for filmmaking, and I always looked at these tools as like, you know, I'm either going to learn them or one day it might replace me, right? So I may as well try and get good at it. So what happened was I ended up starting out with, you know, generating, you know, images when it wasn't that very good, you know, 3 or 4 years ago, working for commercial companies where they would want advertising made and they would ask for images of, you know, people doing things, and I'd be like, okay, this is cool. And then obviously eventually we got to this point where we could start making videos. And over the last probably 6 months or so, it's gotten pretty good, you know. When we first started playing with these tools, my company, Undisputed Visual Media, you can look up. When we first started doing it, you would try and generate 5 seconds, and towards the end, the people would kind of like melt, or they would walk backwards and do all this wacky stuff. But you know, things have gotten really stable recently. And one of the things I know some people don't like AI, some of them love it, and they think it's going to replace people. And one of the things I think is really important is to keep the actors in the loop. Yeah, so a lot of the things I do, it's real actors doing the voices, or even real people doing the body language, rather than just typing in, hey, make this person run left, run right, you know, do all this stuff. It's like, why don't we do it in a way where we get the actors to play the parts, how we would shoot a film normally, or a TV commercial, and then we say, hey, we have a director, and we say, hey, do this on stage, or do that. We film it in the real world, again, on a stage, any stage like this even, and then we reskin it with AI. So last time I showed a music video that was a lot of motion capture. It was like Matrix style fantasy action with dancing, and a lot of it was, you know, real actors filmed and then reskinned to control their avatars. So today's project is about avatars. All of these projects I'm going to show you are driven from either real audio of actors or people acting, and then reskinned to look at other people. So first, are we going to do Hunter first? All right, so yeah, we'll do Hunter first. This is a project for a client where they're hiring me to bring some notable iconic people like Hunter S. Thompson back to life. Also some notable sports heroes, rock stars, and bringing them back for a museum piece, and that's all I'm allowed to really say about that project. But this is one of the first ones we're doing for the client. So this is Hunter S. Thompson. Do you want to play Hunter? Obviously, this is really, or actually, let's do Hunter, then we'll do the ads after. This one is Hunter S. Thompson. It literally got finished like this morning. So I hope you like it. It's a mixture of this hybrid avatars, like I was saying, and some anime mixed in just to tell the story. Do you want to rock and roll with it?
You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
About it?
Yeah.
All right, you want to answer some questions when we're done?
Yeah, I can play it. You can
question?
ask me questions or ask me afterwards. I don't mind. Yeah.
All right, let's get it started. Oh, stand by.
Yeah, you're definitely going to want the sound on it.
Yeah, about it. Well, tell me, how long did it take you to make this?
This one, probably, realistically, probably about a week. It's been a lot better than it used to be. The first time someone hired me to said, "Hey, Damien, can you make a music video with AI?" And I said, I'm interested in it. I could try. And it took like 6 weeks to get it right because most of the shots were horrible, and it was just all about surgerying the shots together to get anything usable out of it. Like sometimes people would walk backwards, so we would play the clip forwards, that kind of stuff. But
Right,
yeah,
we'll
give this one a go.
We'll have some more questions here in a minute.
This is like the motorcycle. Anybody who has any kind of sensuality at all would get a tremendous boot out just what the Angels call screwing it on. Just getting a big bike that's running by out as fast as it'll go. I used to think of the boost out of it. Just drop out of my mind, ride for 20, 30 miles. Just a beautiful feeling. I recognize it as an illusion and a fantasy. But for somebody who has nothing else to go back to, this is maybe one of the happiest minutes of his life. And you can imagine if that's true, just how powerful you feel if you could give you one of these, kind of, in the head with the karate. It's not a chop, it's a sense that a lot of the angels are big on karate.
Hunter Thompson, our guest, is a new kind of journalist.
They claim, the angels anyway, claim that they don't look for trouble. They just try to live peaceful lives, be left alone. But on the other hand, they go out and put themselves into situations deliberately and constantly that are either going to humiliate somebody else or cause them to avoid humiliation by fighting.
Now, you speak of foul fighting when they stomp someone. You were stomped. In which there's a question of rules involved here, just beating some violence for the sake of
Well, they have a
violence.
rule. Bylaw either number 10 or 11. It says when an angel punches a non-angel, all other angels will participate. So I was a victim of bylaw number 10 or 11. I should have known that. It's the last of caution. All during this stomping, I could see the guy that originally teed off on me, just from nowhere with no warning, circling around with a rock about, went to weigh about 20 pounds. I tried to keep my eyes on him because I didn't want to get my skull fractured. I think the angels came out of World War II, and this whole kind of alienated, violent subculture of people wandering around looking for either an opportunity or if not an opportunity, then vengeance for not getting an opportunity. They get to be 30, and suddenly they wake up one morning and they realize, there are no more chances. It's all gone. It makes them meaner. They want to get back at the people who put them in this dead-end tunnel.
Now, who are these people they want to get back at?
Oh, I don't know. It's kind of they. Paranoid. It's you, it's me, it's whoever might come too close to him on the highway in a car. It's somebody that makes a remark in a bar. They call them citizens. Anybody who looks respectable looks like he isn't doomed. Like he has some kind of option or money or a home or all the things they don't have. So I'm not really very optimistic, but I think one of the most important things is to recognize that we do have this mounting violence in us, and then to find the reasons. And once you find that, it's like curing a boil. And if people insist on saying, I am a very gentle person, and only these little gang of hoodlums over there is ugly and mean, then it's just putting off the recognition of the same venom that the angels are spewing around in public. A lot of people are just keeping bottled up in private. I think this technological, the science of obsolescence, or the fact that people are becoming obsolete, the people who are most affected by this are the ones least capable of understanding the reasons for it. So the venom builds up much quicker, it feeds on their ignorance. Until you recognize what's happening, what makes you do these wild things. First, I used to throw beer bottles into bar mirrors and stuff like that, and get stomped always. And until you recognize it, it's like an albatross around your neck. Yeah, I learned a lot about myself just writing about the angels. I was seeing a very ugly side of myself a lot of times. You know, I'm much more conscious of the kind of anger that lurks all in all everywhere. But I don't do any, you know, I keep my mouth shut now. I've turned into a professional coward. I would just call it Hell's Angels in Oakland the only violent part of our society. I think Lyndon Johnson is, you know, be a good Hell's Angel. The angels reflect not only the lower segments of the society, but the higher, you know, where violence takes a much more sophisticated and respectable form.
There you go. That's Hunter S. Thompson brought back to life with a new. Thanks. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah. So how I make a lot of this stuff, I make a character card of all the characters, right? And it's all their turnarounds, close up with their face, and then we'll usually make a scene as well. That's like a 360 environment. This one was a lot of generative, but yeah, it's a fun thing. Any questions?
Yeah, was that done local or was that, did you use a service or?
Yeah, local. Yeah, so.
Repeat the question for the audience.
Yeah, it's do we do it local? Yeah. So basically, I use an RTX 5090 NVIDIA GPU, and so everything is rendered on a computer in my house, basically, which is super cool. And it's getting better and better and better. Almost every few weeks, new models come out. The models are more efficient. They're quicker. Now we're able to generate one, a 5-second clip in just under a minute, and that was unheard of 6 months ago. It would take like 7 minutes, maybe even 15 minutes to get something like that rendered on a local machine. Yeah. What?
So with your local machine that they generate, what's your advantage or what's your edge over like Higgsfield?
Doing it locally, you just have, well, when you use Higgsfield, it gets very expensive. Yeah, because you're trying to get your prompts right, and you have to find your prompt formula that works to get the shot you want, and then before you know it, you burn through $70 worth of credits. Well, when we're doing it locally on an NVIDIA machine in a studio or in a house, obviously the only thing that's costing you is electricity and time. So that's why I do everything I do locally, and plus doing it on local machine, obviously you can customize everything. With Higgsfield, yeah, they just have a pretty UI, right? It looks nice, but you know, with this stuff, like this avatar technology and the motion capture technology, this came out, 6 months or so before the commercial providers use it. So when we're doing things locally, the great thing is we get a lot of R&D technology, so we get it a lot earlier. So we're kind of like, being the little testers of new things. So, yeah, that's why I think doing it locally is better.
What advice would you give to somebody that's like trying to like video prompt something that would like help them like beyond just the normal like advice?
Oh well, actually, I use Claude or ChatGPT to get my prompts correct. I'll write out what I want as a director. I'm like, this is exactly the shots I want to see. Tell me how I should prompt it for this specific model. Because depending if you're using Minimax, Seed Dance, WAN 2.3 or 2.5, whatever you want to use, every AI model has a different prompt structure. Some of them might want to say, hey, these are all the reference images, the characters, the locations, the props I want you to use. It might want you to put them at the top. Other models might say, I want you to tell me what the camera is going to be that's used, or the camera motions, or the action firsts. So depending on the model that you're using, the format is going to change. So once you figure out your prompt format for your specific model that you like to use, what I do is I then take a notepad in the workflow, a markdown basically, and I'll copy that prompt, and then I'll put it on the workflow and be like, for this model, for WAN 2.2 or whatever it is, or seedlet dance, whether you're using, I'll say this is the format that it likes. So that way you're not wasting time getting rubbish shots that you're not going to be able to use, you know. But some things just generating are really, really difficult. I'm doing a sci-fi movie trailer right now, and some of the shots I've never been seen before, right? Because it's sci-fi, and just you know, if I was doing it in the cloud with these expensive providers, getting some of these shots down, I would be spending thousands of dollars. But doing it locally, I'm able to like run it. I don't care if I run it 20 times. But if I do it in the cloud, that 20 times could be $70 of unusable shots. So I recommend definitely get yourself a really badass computer, a really powerful GPU. Get yourself something that can really, really kick it. Get yourself a $200 payment every month, and you'll easily cover that cost, what you would have spent in the cloud just on your computer payment. You know, get yourself an RTX 5090. But like I said, some of these models are getting smaller and efficient now. You can run them on a smaller GPU. I just went with the best one I could. And you want lots of RAM, because those models are sometimes 50, 60 gig. And the software will split the model between the GPU, the CPU, and the RAM. So yeah, there's all sorts of little cheats you can do.
So we've got a couple more videos, 2 30-second clip videos that Damien's made. Before we show these, I'm curious, do you go out and look for clients? Do you advertise for people to come and do this? Is there, I imagine, a wide variety of people that can utilize AI video, from real estate agents to doctors to whoever else, creatives? And so how do you like to find clients, and how does that work out? Are these clients of yours?
Yeah, these are all paid projects, all these ones I'm showing you. I either worked with them before, or they just come out of the woodwork, to be honest. It's one of those things. People have started to be more accepting of AI. Now it doesn't look rubbish. So they're kind of like starting to come, and there's a little more confidence building up with it. I know it's a lot of people were kind of scary. It was scary for me telling all my customers, hey, we're using AI, because I know some people don't like it. So it was a risk, but I've started to see now people are coming out the woodwork. Oh, you know what, that AI thing, it isn't too bad actually. Can you do me a TV commercial? You want to play Bay Law? We had to talk Bay Law into doing this TV commercial with talking avatars. Like I said today, it's all about avatars. And these are audio-driven avatars. So these talking animals, this client said, hey, we have a commercial with a Lamborghini, and I thought, I don't want to do that one, because I know if I generate a Lamborghini driving down the street, it's probably going to go sideways down the street the whole time and be weird. And then I saw they wanted to do animals. And I said, why don't we make you a Geico-level TV commercial, but why don't we do it on a local machine? So this whole ad was created on a local machine. You know, I think it looks like it had money spent on it, but really the only thing that was spent was my technical know-how, and obviously creating the avatars, the time, the rendering, and all this stuff, and hiring the actors. So this is another one. This isn't just prompting voices, because I really don't like that. I think it sounds horrible, and the delivery is just freaking terrible. So this one is all real actors performing the ad, me telling them, hey, say it like this, like a director just does normally, and then you want to play it and see what they think. It's just a quickie.
At Reptile Insurance, we understand your accident.
At Feather Shield Insurance, we'll carefully review your situation.
At Proper Car Insurance, we'll prepare a very competitive apology.
Talking lizards, emus, and spoked animals in aprons will do anything to pay as little as possible so you'll go away.
I'm Dennis with Bay Law Injury Attorneys, and winning is no accident.
You'll be hearing from my lawyer, Bay Law.
Winning is no accident means that we expect to fight for you. Make them pay with Bay.
Dennis at Bay Law?
Oh no. Better get the checkbook.
Now that dog was the worst. That dog was the worst. He was the hardest one to get right, because all the time he would make licking gestures. His tongue would like poke out. I think I rendered, I don't want to know how many hours it took to get the dog to speak correctly. This was a new avatar technology at the time. and it works on phonics. So getting them to do animals is tricky. The lizard was always perfect. The emu, that was the real take. But this dog, I hate that dog. Do you want to show the other one as well, just to finish? This is one this is a spec ad. This is just a really rough sketch. That's why the package isn't finished. This is just one we're pitching Earthbreeze right now. I'd work.
Whoa, hey dude, Gus the Turtle here, and I've got a totally gnarly question for you. Why cruise around with those big, heavy detergent jugs when one little Earthbreeze sheet does all the work? Just toss a sheet in your laundry, kick back, and let it do its thing. Powerful clean, less mess, and way easier to haul around. Trust me, dude, turtles know a thing or two about carrying less stuff. Now that's a pretty rad way to do laundry.
So there you go, same thing, same avatar technology. That's actually the new version of that tool. It's called Longcat Avatar 1.5. And it's pretty badass. It can do talking animals, people, everything you want, and it does a bloody good job. That's a 480 render, so that's why the packs was breaking up. The higher your render quality that you run, the more stable the image is going to be, and you'll get less of that text falling apart and stuff. So that's everything I've got to show you. But next time I come through, I'm going to show you something really cool. I'm doing a sci-fi project, and we're generating all the shots for that right now, and we're going to be cutting that. So next time, I hope I can come and show it to you guys. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, we definitely want Damon back. Thank you so much. I'm kind of curious, and so these new projects, how long do they typically take, depending on what kind of project it is?
It depends how many times the client says, change this, change that. You know, yeah, you get a lot of back and forth, and sometimes they're like, oh, actually, can you make them say this instead of that line? So now I say, listen, we got to lock the script down before we do any of this rendering, because this takes a lot of time. Because some of these, when we render these at high clips, high quality locally, they can take 15 seconds can take like 40 minutes when we're going for HD.
To render, yeah.
Yeah, so we do it really low res first, quick passes, 15 minutes, you know, and then you're like, oh, it's good, and then you're like, I turn up the power and just let that thing run overnight.
Yeah, so it compiles it. Okay, well, wow, good deal. Anything else you'd like to say? How about this? You know, if you're looking for some kind of video work, or if you need something, would you be interested in helping people out? And if so, where can they reach you?
Yeah, word of mouth, everything we do, really. I don't really do any advertising. My company is called Undisputed Visual Media. I don't advertise, really. Everything just lucky, you know, I guess. People just come out of the woodwork and say, oh, we saw your ad, we saw this music video, can you do one for me? But always for hire, so yeah, reach out anytime.
All right, well, I know you stay busy. Okay, Damien, thank you for your time today. Big round of applause for Damien, please. Big round of applause.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right.
Here you go.
This is really the future frontiers, and Damien's about 5 years in the future. He came back in time for for this presentation. He's ahead of us a little bit. Well, that's good. So thank you all for coming out again. I really appreciate it. We enjoy showing these films. I feel like we're the only ones at Tech Alley using the movie theater for kind of what it's meant to be used for, so I'm enjoying it. These AI films are only getting better, and the technology is only getting better. So I'm looking forward to see where this progresses, and hopefully you will join us next month. We'd love to have you. That'd be great. That'd be great. Okay, one quick shout out again to our sponsor, Stand With Crypto, standwithcrypto.org. You guys, every voice matters, so we really need you to step up. We have a vote on the Clarity Act coming up on September 15th. You have until then to reach out to your senators, so please consider going to standwithcrypto.org, learn more about what we do. The whole point here is to keep innovation in America, and that's where your voice really matters. So standwithcrypto.org. In the meantime, our next speaker, the venerable Eric Vegas, has been doing video editing and photography work for a long, long time, and works a lot with AI. And so we're interested to see what Eric has for us today. So come on down, Eric, tell the people about yourself and let them know what you're working on. Nice shoes.
What's up, guys? Really quick, I want to ask you guys, have any of you guys worked with AI agents? Raise your hands. Okay. Are you guys working with AI agents in the chat? How many of you guys worked with AI agents in the chat? How many are working in the terminal? Nice. That's awesome right there. Okay, so there's something happening right now in the AI world that is what, everybody's saying that moves really fast. And what that is these AI agents. And what those are is they're basically employees that you can train to do what you want to do for whatever you want to do. So for example, I use my AI agents to prompt my work, publish, ship, everything with just a simple thing. And the thing that I use is MD files. I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's pretty complicated, but basically AI is not artificial intelligence. AI is just a bunch of folders that we put together with instructions that do exactly what we tell it to do. Okay, there's no the AI does exactly what we do. And so anyways, I always come up here and I get super nervous and I go all over the place. And so just be patient with me. I just kind of want to, I'm getting practice with all this. And so I developed I developed a code or a system that allows me to voice loop my Claude code without having to use any buttons or anything like that. And so what I did was I created a shortcut on my Siri that went and automatically texted my Claude code, and then it would sorry. So what I would do is I created a quick command that opens up a voice recorder, and then once I voice record it, it would automatically do the text and ship it back. And then when it goes to Claude Code, it goes through Whisper, which Whisper is one of the best transcoding apps right now out there. So you can pretty much say anything and it'll pretty much understand what you say. And I thought that was very valuable because, if you're prompting and your voice, texting and dictating, all your messages, and you say something wrong and you say something kind of like weird, like it's taking a whole nother direction if it doesn't understand what you're saying. And so all I wanted to come up here and say is just if you guys haven't started working with AI agents and stuff like that are people like the agents that are actually doing work for you guys, I highly recommend you guys start looking into that. I have a PDF right now, and I have a system that's called my virtual ops. And so I'm basically right now I'm getting into AI game, and I'm starting off by building websites and then setting up all the back ends for these things. And so one of the things I noticed when I was doing all this was when I would do it for the customer, obviously the stack would require monthly subscriptions, right? And so I would either have to take on those monthly subscriptions myself, or now what I developed with my virtual ops is I created a dashboard for all your AI subscriptions. So all your monthly, so it tells you exactly when this stack, this AI age is going to hit, and when this other thing's going to hit. Because right now, I mean, for the most part, I don't know when what LLM or what stack or Twilio or whatever's going to hit. And then what's happened for me is the problem has been is that it sometimes breaks because you forget to pay it. And so I created this system that allows you to hand over a whole handover document to your client with all your API keys, all your tokens or whatever. So in case when I ever have a falling off or we stop working with that client, they have something that I can just deliver. That's what my virtual ops is. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Hopefully I made some sense there. And yeah, I'm going to keep trying this, guys. And I don't know, I'm just it's weird once you get up here, it's a whole nother different story. So anyways, guys, thank you for your time. And hopefully I offer some value. And
see if you have any questions about
do you guys have any questions of anything I said?
Any questions for Schwab? And so
tell us about your API key thing more.
Yeah, how you hand off.
What do you mean by that? Your
okay, so yeah, so basically it'll work off an OAuth, and so it pretty much gathers all your stuff. So it's kind of like an Excel sheet for all your monthly things, and it keeps you on task so that you don't have to, think about it. It gives you a one-time price, and you just pay that, and it covers all your apps that you have on that OAuth. It's like a subscription thing, kind of like with all those people that had the Netflix. I bet you don't know how much apps you're paying for right now or subscription, right? And like, you know, us as developers and stuff like that, we like start buying certain like things or skills that we just like, I get it, it's only $6, you know, for the month, or it's only like, you know, $10. And then those things start stacking up, and then you forget one, and then like the whole bridge or the whole thing breaks. And I was like, okay, well, like that can't happen when I'm working for my clients. Like, there's no way that that can happen. So I was like, well, I have to build a system that, you know, that this can't happen. And so I looked and looked and looked, and there's nothing out there like right now for, you know, just AI subscriptions that will like actually this. And so like basically the problem that I'm solving is that it won't break. You know, it's like you stay on it. And then not only that, but when you do the work for your clients, they're in charge of paying the subscription, because now you're no longer responsible for if anything breaks and they didn't pay for something. You're just like, okay, well, you know, did you pay that bill? You know, and so, because that's what's happening with me is I buy all these things that the website needs, or like the back end, or like just certain things, right? Little things, Twilio, 11 Labs, whatever. And, you know, it's obviously a monthly cost. And I mean, I was doing it on my personal like starting out, but I'm like, you can't do that. It's like not realistic. And then all the responsibility falls on you. So yeah, anyways.
Yeah, you should like sell that to people.
That's myvirtualops.com. I have a whole, but it's still right now in the like 90% developed.
It's a need that a lot of independent contractors will have, because they do buy a lot of services, Eric, and you end up giving it to the client, and then the client has to pay a bill, or you don't pay your bill, and all of a sudden the service doesn't work anymore on the client's behalf. So this is a great way to do that, especially since you may not have a client for your lifetime, and you may want to hand it off.
Exactly.
So a tool like this is I think going to be pretty valuable. I really appreciate it. Eric Vegas,
Very good.
where can they find you? Grab that microphone and tell people where they can find you.
All right, you guys can find me on Instagram at Paris Vegas. I kind of went through this whole music creating thing, so that's my music artist.
Paris, I knew you as Paris first.
Paris Vegas, yep.
Do you have a QR code with your contact info on it that you can put on the screen?
Yeah, let me see here. I built this app where it's called Link Pay Hub.
So here's another really interesting application that was coded recently. We can get this plugged in if you want.
Oh shit, my bad. Yeah. So I basically built this app because I'm a videographer, I'm a photographer, and I deal with all these, like, I do a bunch of freelance stuff, and there's always this one question, it's like, when you're gonna get paid, it's like, oh, what app do you take? What do you take Cash App, or do you take Venmo, or, you know, whatever? And that's the first transaction that you deal with your client. Then the second one is, no, I only have a Cash App, or I only have Venmo, or I only have Zelle, what? And then the third conversation is, okay, what's your user account name? And all this like different friction when it comes to like paying you, and like a lot of people are scared now, hey, is this your account? Is this your actual thing? And they verify. And so essentially what I built was, I built a little, basically it's like it's like a link tree, but this is for all your financial stuff. And so what it is I set up a deep link. So when you click on, so I would send this link to you if you're gonna pay me, right? And you have all my payment methods right there. And so like once you click, you know, one of these, Cash App, my Cash App will automatically open with my name on there. So like there's no more room for mistakes of like your username or anything like that. It's just all easily set up for somebody to pay you with no mistakes, no action. So I built that just out of like something that I saw, and that's kind of what I do. I just build a bunch of like things that I see that need to get done because I'm the one actually struggling like with these problems. And so I'm like, well, I'm just gonna build it. And then now like Yep, exactly. And so like now with like, you know, Claude Code, and then for me using my voice loop without like texting, I'm constantly shipping and producing like all day long, not nonstop. I get text messages all day long from my Claude Code in the terminal, and I tell it, yes, do this, and it just like starts flowing. Because you know, like a lot of us that work in Claude Code, you either have to like check, or you're stuck behind the computer, or you're looking at it. But now you're like actually getting live things, and what that's done for me is that's helped me just be so damn productive to get shit done that I've never imagined I could. Like I've built apps, I built like a website in one day that's like actually like, you know, I don't know, like freaking.
You offer that homepage template that has all the payment options on it?
Yep, it's the most easiest. It's the most easy.
Link Pay Hub.
Yep, it's the most easiest onboarding that you could do. It's oh, this is Cash App. So
Okay, so before we go into that,
Highlight your QR code down there?
yep.
The actual generic.
Yep. And so this QR code is not for.
That's just for your Cash App, right?
Yeah. No. Yeah. For the Cash App. Yep. Yep. And then so like the what I did that obviously LinkPay is already available or whatever, but like I made this one specifically for people just to pay you and make it easy for them to pay you.
Right. Customize that available.
Yeah. Just like pay and then deep links. So everything as soon as you type in your and then I made it to your QR code's down here.
There you go.
Yep. And the onboarding is basically this. All you have to do is just, you don't have to do any security, anything like that. All you have to type in is your username. So if you're cash at, Mike Olson or whatever, that's all you have to type in, and then it'll give you that code, and then you can just automatically send, people will be able to pay you. And I don't know, I just feel like I don't understand why that still hasn't been built, because there's that friction all the time where people are like losing money or they're, sending it to the wrong person or scared of that. And I'm like, why isn't there just one link where like all your payment links that you accept are in one nice looking place? And so
LinkPay Hub.
Yeah.
And you are shipping, so Eric creates these things and ships them pretty much right away. They all seem to work. One of the interesting things you made was a video editing app that's not necessarily for sale or public, but something you use for yourself. And kind of neat to hear you just kind of give the prompt to tell the AI what you need out of the little video. It made it. It added the subtitles and added everything in, and it made the video look really good. So there's a lot we can do with AI. Outside of, just kind of what the norm is.
This is the kind of work that I did. I did this in about an hour, and so this is a fully interactive real-time viewing thing. And so this is sorry. Oh shit! I remember
the gallery.
This is an art gallery for this artist right here. That has these paintings in his house just sitting there, not making any money, not out for. So what I did was I made him an online gallery so that you click on these, wait, let's see here. You click on it, let's see, fuck. Why isn't that? It never works when you fucking, well, essentially, I know why. Escape, here we go. So, sorry, it's already on there. So on here they have the price and a way that they can buy it. So I made this, I prompted it to create like all these 3D like elements, and I took these are all just cell phone photos on and then what I told it I prompted it to creating a super realistic, and so all this I like that fucking, I don't know if it's just me, but
this is a good example of a website that took about an hour. Eric Vegas is available to be found on Instagram.
Yep.
You can find him on Instagram under, was it Paris Vegas?
Yep, Paris Vegas.
Paris Vegas, Eric Vegas Personal. You can find him on Instagram, and there's a ton of more that we'll hear from Eric. I'd like to invite you back for our next one.
All right, buddy.
Yeah? All right. Okay. Come on, let's do it.
Go.
All right. Good deal. So big round of applause for Eric. Great job. Great stuff. This stuff is so neat.
Learning.
And it's all cutting edge. We're all still learning as we go. Even every month it's like a new application, a new service, a new piece of software. Thank you so much. We got a few more minutes, so plenty of time though. Thank you for staying and hanging out with us. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure to come see us at our other meetups. Our Crypto Clubhouse is every other Tuesday at the Goat Bar. Good food, trivia. We should have trivia today, but just got word the guy with the trivia, Aram, is not going to make it today. So no trivia today on the big screen, but we got even more exciting things happening. And so we're going to give Stephen Barella a chance to talk a little bit about becoming Clark County recorder. Clark County recorder. And Barella is going to be on the ballot. Stephen Barella is going to be on the ballot, guys. So make sure to vote in November. He's going to tell you what. Thanks, Stephen.
All right, get this on, right? Hey, everybody. My name is Stephen Barella. Yes, I am running for Clark County Recorder. I know not many people know what the recorder does. Trust me, I always have that conversation with people. But what we do is we deal with deeds, liens, reconveyances, homesteads, really anything to do with your property. Or if you're a veteran, we do record DD-214s, which are essentially just your service record. It's proof of your service. And these are some of the most important documents in people's lives. It represents more than just a file. It represents your first home, your family home. It represents your service in the military. And so this is why this office is important. One of the reasons why I decided to run was back in 2022, it was reported that we were 10 years behind. And that's when that happens, it leads to false liens getting put on properties. It makes property fraud way easier to do. And essentially, what I want to do to fix that is super simple. There's already a service available. It's called the RNS. If you are a Clark County resident or if you have any properties recorded with the recorder's office, if anything's filed under your name or your property, it notifies you. And that's a great system. But the problem with it is it's only email. And when it's only email, not many people check their emails. I'll tell you as a former car salesman, nobody checks their emails. And so essentially what I want to do is I want to expand it to text messaging. So there's real-time alerts. So there's no property fraud going on, because if you get real-time alerts, you're able to call the office. You're able to see what's going on. You're able to file a police report and actually protect your property. And this is why this is one of the most important offices in government, even though many people don't know what it does or what it's talking about or anything like that. But like I say, yes, your congressmen, they can affect your life. But local government, like your assessor, recorder, they're going to impact your day-to-day life. And this is why it's important. And I hope to earn your vote November 3rd. To find me, you can always look me up at Stephen Barella for ClarkCountyRecorder.com. My Facebook is Stephen Barella for Clark County Recorder. And my Instagram is Stephen Barella for Recorder. Anybody have any questions?
Who's currently in office?
Debbie Conway. She's been in there the last 20 years. There's been a lot of stuff going on, actually. I'm glad that you brought that up. There was a woman, she was running on the Democrat side. Her name was Sky Burris. And essentially, she's suing the recorder's office right now. She's worked there 15 years, and there's been allegations of discrimination, allegations of them of the recorder not showing up to work till after the office is closed, so she doesn't have to deal with the public. And so that's something we need. We need a leader. We don't need another politician. And just to go into my background a little bit, I've worked in management from restaurants to sales to solar sales to retail stores like T-Mobile. And so I know what it takes to run a team. I know what it takes to be held accountable, because when you're in sales, if you don't hit your sales goals, you lose your job. If you don't show up, you lose your job. And that's what we need as a recorder. We need a leader, not another politician. Oh, thank you.
More questions. What do you put your odds at winning?
I think I have a good shot. I mean, I'm out fundraising the Republican, which is great for a libertarian. I've earned multiple endorsements. I've earned Veterans in Politics, the Nevada Veterans Association, Nevada Property Rights Alliance, and I've earned a recommendation for Stand for Health Freedom. And the reason why I do love those endorsements so much is just because veterans know what it takes to serve. They know about service and they know about sacrifice. And Nevada Property Rights Alliance knows exactly what it takes to protect your property. And so it really makes me feel good that they see that I'm the right man for the job. And I'm actually the first libertarian in a partisan race to receive a nonpartisan endorsement from multiple organizations, and I don't take that lightly. I love that people believe in me, and I do believe I'm a libertarian that can win.
Yes. All right. Great job. Great job. Stephen Barella. Stephen Barella, where can they find out more about you?
Oh, yes. Like I said, Stephen Barella for ClarkCountyRecorder.com, or like Instagram, Stephen Barella for Recorder. And then Facebook, Stephen Barella for Clark County Recorder. And how you spell my last name is B-O-R-E-L-L-A, and it's Stephen with a V. And also, if you like any hats, or I got some campaign
Give them
stuff
a hat.
on me.
Give them some hats.
Oh, yeah.
Get
I'll
the
pass
hats
out
out. Come on, they want them. Look, they got raising their hands over there.
I got
Look, they
you,
want them.
I
They want
got
them.
you.
All right, go give them their hats. Thank you, Stephen Barella. Stephen Barella running for Clark County Recorder as Libertarian, which is great. So let's do this. Okay, guys. We're just getting ready to wrap it up. Typically, we do have our trivia segment. We're going to skip that for today. I mean, I can still ask you guys questions, but it just wouldn't be the same. while Stephen passes out his hats, I'll just remind you again, find us on meetup.com, Vegas Crypto Group. Come out to some of our other meetups. This is one of my favorite meetups here at Tech Alley, third Saturday every single month. And you can find out more information about that at techalley.org. We also have great food, just to remind you, lunch is at noon, and there's some great vendors. So go check out the battery charger guy, the time, there was something about time. I didn't get a chance to talk to that. You see that? And then Enthralla, which is a good app that helps toddlers 0 to 2 to learn reading and math. In the meantime, last quick shout out to StanfordCrypto.org. Be sure to go check out StanfordCrypto.org to learn more about how we're working with crypto-friendly politicians to push forward crypto-friendly policy. And again, my name is Mike Wilson, Vegas Crypto Group. You guys have been awesome. Thank you for coming out because this is why I do it. You're the best. Thank you, thank you. All right, big thank you to Damien, big thank you to Eric.